Trenuj w sprzęcie dla najlepszych. Wejdź na groundgame.com.
So I know the UFC career hasn't maybe started exactly the way you wanted it to. So I guess just how challenging maybe has it been through these first 3 fights of your career?
Hi guys, I'm happy to be here. And what challenge? You know, I consider myself a little bit unlucky, you know. Even with the fight with Yotko, you know, I make some wrong decisions in my life. And the day I see this place here, something changed. Of course, you have to work off that. And I was like, now I'm the second year here, so in Extreme Couture I grow up a lot, and I think I'm really prepared and I have more experience now.
That long time, the layoff that you had, I guess, what kept you going during that when you weren't able to compete to keep you like chasing the dream?
You know, the destiny tried to stop my dream even before I stopped my career when I was 26 years old. With 2 children at 30 years old, I came back from nobody, from nowhere, and I came in UFC. So, you know, I got a lot of injuries. I consider myself a really natural guy, so, you know, you need like something like this, even 3 years. And yeah, that was, you know, something happened, but the destiny bring me again here. You know, after 2 losses, I'm still here. And I'm happy and grateful to God, to everybody here, and I want to let you see how I am like for real, you know. No, I'm not a boxer.
The loss in May after the time away, I mean, I know that had to be frustrating for you. I guess what lessons did you take out of that one?
You know, I take the lessons that it doesn't matter if you are better than the other guy. Sometimes you have to want it more than him. Doesn't matter who is better. You have to want it more.
So you get the call to fight Joe Pyfer, the guy coming off the Contender Series. What did you think when they matched you up with him?
You know, I'm happy for the guy that he's in UFC. So, but this is his history. I'm just here for me. You know, this is my legacy. This is I'm fighting for myself, for my people, for my family. You know, and we have to fight each other. You know, I like the guy. And it's okay, but you know, everybody wants to win.
What do you think of him as a fighter? Did you study his style at all, or what do you think of him as an opponent?
We study him enough, you know. I think that we have a good game plan against him, maybe even more than one. We have just to see how tough that guy is.
Last thing for me, I guess, what's the mindset here, man? It feels like there's like something to prove or something to accomplish. Is it to silence doubters or maybe prove something to yourself? What's the mindset here?
How I say you know, everybody has a destiny, and the mine is alhamdulillah that I'm still here, you know. I think that something has to happen, you know, because I'm still, I have to still say that nobody in UFC has seen me fighting how I'm for real. I'm more than this.
Man, you said you were going to fight September 17th. You're going to fight September 17th. You did. I guess, how important was it for you to Kira? What was it about the date that you were just like, no, I'm staying on that date and I'm getting a fight?
I don't know. I just wanted it. I was getting ready for it. The timing was perfect. My game plan this whole year is to win fights, get tattooed, travel, and repeat. Like, I'm going to win a fight. I'm going to go get tattooed, I'm going to travel somewhere new, and then I'm going to get my ass back to training and repeat the process. Like, that's my goal, and the timing was perfect. So I'm going to win this fight this week here in September, and then I'll win again in December, and I'll just keep the train rolling. I really want to be active. I feel like every time I've sat up here and talked to you guys, I've said I'm trying to be active. It feels like it's finally happening now. So I'm excited. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep things rolling.
What was the process like of getting another opponent? I mean, were you like vetting people, or did it matter to you?
No, I'm at a place where I really believe that I can I know I can beat anyone. I've fought the best guys in the world, and I really believe that I'm the best 45er in the world, and I haven't showed that. I haven't consistently showed that. In my opinion, when I go back and watch my fights, I've had these flashes of brilliance. I've had moments where I really show, in my opinion, I show that I'm really great at fighting. I've also had performances that don't show that, and so my job now is to consistently show those things, and I can do that against anyone in the world. Bill Algeo is a great opponent to do that against. I really like. I don't know him. He seems like a cool guy. He's got a great nickname. As a guy with an all right nickname, he's got a pretty all right nickname, and his style's fun. So it was a pretty easy choice, you know, when he stepped up, which I want to thank him for stepping up, because Lando unfortunately got hurt. That was also going to be a fun fight. So saying yes to both those guys was a pretty quick choice, yeah.
Bill was here earlier, and he was respectful of you, but he did say, he's like, well, we were supposed to fight before, and something fell through, it didn't happen. So do you know what happened that time around?
I don't remember that, honestly. I'm not saying it's not true. I've been in the UFC for so long now that there's a lot of things that get talked about or fall through or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. I'm excited to fight him. He seems like a cool guy, and he's, like I say, he's entertaining. But I don't remember him ever being brought to me. I definitely never said yes and pulled out. It's not really my style. But yeah, it works out. We're fighting in like 3 days, so it's perfect.
Good nickname, good dude. What do you think of his fighting style? Right, kind of an intriguing fighting style.
Yeah, fun. Real intriguing fight style. He's long. He's a long, rangy striker. Could say that about myself. So it's gonna be fun. Also, he beat the dude I just lost to. So if you do the MMA math, when I beat him, I will also sort of vindicate that last one. And MMA is fucking chaos, so you gotta take those victories when you get them. You know what I mean?
MMA math, it's undefeated, right? I mean,
perfect. Well, I actually saw something that makes me the light heavyweight champ of the world after beating. Who did I beat in Poland, Danny? Yep. Yep.
I beat the GOAT.
I beat Artem Lobov. And
that was like 13.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because somewhere down the line, John Jones lost to the 12-6 elbow from Hamill. That just fucks up the whole universe. And because Artem beat someone who beat someone, and I beat Artem, so you're looking at the undisputed UFC light heavyweight.
I've made the argument for years. I just want to let you know I've made the argument for years, and I'm glad you believe it.
If you vouch for me, then it says something.
I wonder, given his exciting style, his intriguing style, did the fact that you were getting ready for Lando, does that kind of help? Because Lando's kind of wild as well, right?
Yeah, it didn't really change preparation much, except their body types are different. Their style really is not that dissimilar. They're both great strikers who can also grapple. I think everyone at this point is a hybrid. I don't think you're going to find anyone like my generation and younger. Like, we're all guys who grew up watching the UFC when we were in 8th grade, 9th grade. We all started training everything at once. Like, obviously I wrestled first. You probably wouldn't know that going into my fights. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was a wrestler first, but I started training striking like by 13 or 14, I knew that I wanted to be in the UFC. And I think that's probably true for a lot of the guys my age, and especially the kids younger. So you're not really going to run into a guy that is too much of a specialist anymore. You're not just going to get a one-dimensional guy. They're just the sport's too evolved for that. So Lando's an exciting guy. He's a hybrid fighter. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Hope he heals up quick. And Bill Algeo is the same thing. He's a hybrid fighter. So the preparation didn't change much except the body types of the partners I was sparring, and that's a minor adjustment to make.
Last thing for me, I mean, I know that you said, look, I'm still chasing gold, but I don't know, does it make it easier to be like, hey, you know what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fight, get a tattoo, and travel? Like, does that allow you to, like, I don't know, enjoy the process more?
Yeah, it's like that Fight Club quote, right? Like the Fight Club quote where he says, after you've lost everything, you're free to do anything. I've now officially had every single thing that could happen in this sport happen to me. Like, I've won close decisions. I've lost close decisions. I've lost decisions that there's no way in hell. Like, I go back and watch the fight. Like, there's no way in hell I lost that fight. I've won one-sided decisions. I've knocked people out, and now I've been clipped. Like, I never went out. I'm Samoan, so I got a coconut head. I got a jaw on me, but I didn't go out, but I got clipped, you know? And so it was this horrible thing that happened. I got clipped. I stood up. I looked at my coaches in the cage. I just went, yeah, sorry, man. Fuck, he caught me. But it was this immediate shittiness. It was a horrible thing. But afterwards, there was this almost weight off my shoulders. Like, I feel free. Like, I'm having the most fun through this camp and through this fight week that I've had in a long time. In a way, the pressure almost feels off because I know how much people are counting me out, and I know how much people have sort of resigned me to being just an exciting mid-card guy. There's worse things to be, but that's not what I am. I'm an elite fighter, and I get to prove it to myself, and it's more about proving it to myself now than anyone else. It's in a weird way, it's a beautiful, man. It's freeing. Like, I got clipped, and it was the worst I've felt in this sport. And then it was immediately followed by this sort of sigh of relief, and now I feel the best I've ever felt. So everything happens for a reason, man, and I'm just fucking happy to be here and happy to perform on Saturday.
Andre?
Yeah, brother.
So you performed stand-up a few days or a few weeks after your last loss.
Yeah.
I was there. You did a very good job.
Thank you,
but
brother.
Now that you've had some time to kind of think about it, how did you think you did well in your stand-up?
I've gotten nothing but positive feedback. Maybe people are lying to me. If so, keep lying to me. That's fine. Yeah, lie to me. But it's all been pretty positive. I went back and watched it, and I thought it was all right. I'm not like some fucking big fan of myself. Like, a lot of these guys in this sport are like huge. You could really tell they're like big fans of themselves. Like, they're the type of guy to like put their fight on at a party and shit. You know, it's like, it's not me, bro. Like, I make music. I think I make really good music. Like, I make music that's good enough to stand on its own or be put in a playlist with my contemporaries and people who do that for a living, and my music's good enough to be in that plate. Like, it stands on its own. But I don't ever play my own music. You know what I'm saying? In the car, I'm not going to make everybody listen to my music. Like, I don't go back and like make everybody sit and watch my fights. I barely watch my own fights. I watch them enough to take the lessons from them and make myself better, and then I don't watch them again. I've watched every fight I've had, no matter how good or bad it goes, I probably watched 2 to 5 times. Like, if it's a short fight, we watch it more but if it's I watch my fights just enough to get the lesson, you know? And that transfers to stand-up comedy. Like, I watched it. I thought I did all right. I thought I did pretty good. But I wasn't fucking making myself laugh. I wasn't like, oh, I'm fucking great. I just like watched it. It was cool. I'm glad everybody laughed. It was like 300 people there. It was crazy. And I was getting a lot of laughs and a lot of great feedback, and it's something I want to do more. I'm thankful for the opportunities. But yeah, everything I do, I want to do as good as people who do that for a living. Like, I want to be the best fighter in the world. And then when I do stand-up comedy or I do music, I want the stuff I make to stand up on its own. And so that's why my stand-up comedy set didn't have any jokes about MMA. Like, there was no corny shit. Like, no one else wrote my jokes. Like, I wrote my jokes. I barely wrote them, honestly. Like, I didn't have them planned that day. Like, I just kind of wrote some ideas down and fucking went for it, you know? But to answer your question, yeah, I think it went well. And I went back and watched it, but, you know, it's whatever. It's just, I'm glad for the opportunity. I just keep it pushing.
This is probably a stupid question, but what were the nerves compared to going out and doing stand-up comedy?
None. Like, stand-up comedy to fighting? None. Nothing. What the fuck? No, nothing. I talk about that in the stand-up. Like, what the fuck can you do? Not laugh at me? Like, I'm still going to go get a drink. Like, I'm going to get off stage. I'm going to go get a drink. Like, I don't give a shit if you laugh at me. That's, like, a whole part of my, like, the most of my bit is about how I don't care if people laugh. Like, because I've been with the same girl for 6 years, and she don't laugh at any of the shit that I say. She's, like, 5.5 years past laughing at what I say. So it's, like, it's nothing new to me. I'm not worried about it, you know? There's no, after fighting, everything is just pretty easy, man. It's pretty, there's not very much nerves, you know? Whether I'm making music or doing stand-up comedy or anytime I have a microphone in my hand, there's not really any nerves. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. Like, no one's going to kick you in the head. Like, you can fuck up. You can keep it rolling. Like, it's all right, you know? Fighting sort of is the highest expression of what a human being can do, I think. And it puts you on high alert, and you have to be at 10, you know? And after that, everything else is just fun. It's just, you're just having fun.
And then finally for me, do you have a favorite tattoo?
I don't know. I got maybe my grandparents. I have my grandparents on my bicep. I have the Grinch tattooed on my calf. I like that one. I have a big crybaby head. Like it's like a baby crying, but it's like it's also like this circuit. There was a famous sideshow freak, the Zebra Man or the Great Omi. He was like a circus performer. So it's like a savage looking dude, like with a bone through his nose and his whole face tattoo, but he's like a little baby crying. So that one's kind of like a one from that's me. That's me, crybaby, savage. Like those two things, like heart on the outside, lover on the inside. Like so, yeah. I don't know. I like them all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Andre, if you ever changed your mind, it would be unbelievable if you had people over, play your fight, play the stand-up, and have your music playing.
That would not be unbelievable. I would literally rather drown myself in my pool than do that. That sounds like my fucking nightmare. If I walked into someone's house and they were doing that, I would just turn straight back around and walk out. Like, but make no mistake, there's a lot of people on the roster that would love to. That's like their dream. They would love to do that, dude.
Right on, man. Well, to each their own.
Yeah, to each their own. Yeah.
As far as this fight can goes, it looks like you're just so relaxed, happy, you're smiling more than normal, which is something else. Any specific preparation for your opponent, even with the switch? I mean, any new bags of tricks we could look for?
Yeah, I sparred and moved around and got looks from tall, long, rangy guys. I don't know. I'm having fun, man. I've done this for so long. I'm not that old. I'm 32. I'm still pretty young. But I've done this shit for so long. I've been doing this since I saw someone today. I think it was Matt Schnell posted it. Shout out to Matt Schnell. What a psycho, dude. His last fight was crazy. He said it was his 10-year anniversary of being a professional fighter. And I thought, damn, yeah, I'm probably about 10 years. And then I calculated it. I'm at like 13 or 14. Like I went pro in 2009. Like right when I turned 19, I went. So I've just been doing this so long that I've tried everything. Like I've been very serious about every single piece of preparation, and I've done it every single way, you know. And I still prepare like a professional, and I still bust my ass. Like I work harder now than I did when I was like. I work harder. I work smarter. I do everything better. My preparation's perfect, but in the execution, like I've done this so many times, and I've tried it so many ways that now I'm just at a place where I'm enjoying that I get to do what I fucking love every day. And I'm practicing gratitude that this is my job, man. Like I could be doing anything else. And when I was like getting arrested as a teenager and like getting in trouble and working a job that I hated, and I said I was going to do this and no one believed I was going to do it, I just practiced gratitude that I bet on myself and I was right.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure showing gratitude, enjoying it, has to contribute to this longevity. Because if you didn't like it, I'm sure you would have already.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not out here trying to give like fucking advice. I'm not the guy. I don't have any big enlightened things. I can just talk about my experiences and hopefully it helps people. But you know, all these little platitudes like that people say, like, "Oh, life is short and you can do what you love," and this and that. All those like live, laugh, love ass quotes that you hear them so much they mean nothing. There's some you know, validity to those things. Like doing what you love every day. If you're not doing that, man, like I can't imagine it, because I spent a couple years being miserable and grinding to get to do what I love, and then since then I've just gotten to do what I love every day, and I'm so fortunate, man. And life really is short. Elias just passed away, you know, R.I.P. He was only 2 years older than me. He's young, man. Like you can, and my life has changed a lot in the last year or two. I've lost people. I've gone through some pretty tough things, and you could fucking die tomorrow. Like you really could. And I'm not trying to be morbid. You could die tomorrow. You could die leaving this building. Like you could, but you have to do what you love every day. Or you have to be spending time doing what you love with people you love every day. And I'm so fortunate that I get to do that. And I'm enjoying it, and I'm grateful for it.
I appreciate that, man. Respect, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For those that don't know, like myself, what kind of music do you play? I mean, I'm looking at you, and obviously you read like classical, smooth jazz
Yeah.
type shit.
Yeah.
But you know, what kind of music do you play?
Yeah. Are you familiar with the 80s boat rock?
Sounds fun.
No, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. I make punk. I make punk, hip hop sort of fusion shit. Like it's kind of Rage Against the Machine inspired, but a little more rooted in like hardcore and punk and some metalcore influences and stuff. But it's fun, man. It's high energy. I call it punk. Like to me, I'm a punk vocalist, but the guys in my band are all really into like metal and math rock, and we all love Rage Against the Machine. So it's just this kind of big melting pot of like, it's pretty angry, it's pretty aggressive, but it's also fun and jumpy. So the band is called Born Breach. It's on Spotify and Apple Music and whatever. With a nice wholesome name like Born Breach, you can sort of picture what you're in for.
That's awesome. And I mean, I guess which frustrates you more at times? You know, playing a song, maybe not being able to work some stuff out, or going in the gym working on moves for a fight and maybe having a bad day. Which can be
Fighting, not even close. Nothing is like, to answer all those questions, like nothing is compares to fighting. Like you have a bad day in the gym and you just want to put your fucking head through a wall. Like I have day everybody, but this thing everybody has these days where you go to the gym and you spar, especially in a room like mine at Team Alpha Man. We have so many good guys. Like sometimes you show up and you have a spar day and you leave sparring like, do I know how to fucking fight? Like you like looking in the mirror like, what have I been doing for the past? Like I just got my ass kicked by everybody. Which makes you better. You need those days. But that's infinitely more frustrating than like messing up. I mean, the guys in my band are much better musicians than me. Like it's not even close. So when they mess up, they really like care about it. When I mess up, like I don't give a shit. I'm jumping around. I'm like ripping my shirt off and fucking jumping in the crowd and like I don't care, dude. When we play live, my whole performance is one big mess up, and I'm just fucking falling forward into it and having fun. The guys I play with are incredible musicians, though, so they're very technical, and they probably get really frustrated when they mess up. But comedy, music, art, whatever, like I don't give a shit when I mess up because I'm having fun. Fighting is the only thing that frustrates me when that I really care about when I mess up. Like fighting is the thing that I want to be perfect at.
Bill, obviously a quick turnaround for you, 2 months. I mean, but I think you like to fight a lot, right? So is this kind of almost ideal for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's stay in shape. Let's keep this momentum going. And the real reason is I have a son due in like 2 months. So I'm trying to get this win in, be 3-0, and then just kind of take some time off and learn how to be a dad.
Awesome, man. A little extra money doesn't hurt right before to get the nursery all done and everything?
Yeah, not at all. I just got to stay under a certain limit so I can try to get that $10,000 of free student loans, but we'll see.
All right, so we know Andre Fili was looking for an opponent. For you, was like that's a matchup that appealed to you, or was it more just like you said, you just wanted to get a fight in?
I said yes to him before he fought Brito, so I said yes. I thought we had a deal. He turned me down, I guess, to fight the guy I beat, right, and then my guy knocks him out. So I've been trying to fight him. He's a name. He's someone, I've watched for the last 10 years in the UFC, to be honest with you. But now it's my time, and I'm ready to show him, who's who.
Does that kind of put a little chip on your shoulder, like knowing the way this played out? Like, bro, why did you take me the first time around?
No, I mean, I get it. Like, I guess, I don't know, if you have more clout in the UFC, you get to pick and choose a little bit more. So I'm still learning how this game works, but I don't care who it is. I just want to show out.
What do you think about the matchups? As you said, you've been watching for a long time. On paper, it seems like a pretty damn entertaining fight, man.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're expecting?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, he's skilled everywhere, just like me. He's kind of built like me. I'm excited for this matchup. And now with Giga's punk ass out of this fight card, I think it's going to be a lot easier to get that $50,000 fight of the night or performance or whatever. We'll take it.
You're just never going to stop talking about Giga, are you?
Yeah, I mean, none of my call-outs work, so I got to start getting, I don't know, more creative, I guess.
I mean, the Battle of the Bird Chest didn't come together either.
No, yeah, I know. I called out Tom Wolf, the PA governor. He don't want to fight me either. Wussies.
All right, so when people talk about this, like I said, entertaining, I think, with both of your styles, but they point to Fili's experience maybe as something that might help him. Do you put any stock in that?
Not really. I mean, I got experience too. It's no difference. Yeah, he's fought higher level competition for a little bit longer, but that also shows in his chin, to be honest with you. You know, it's deteriorating in my opinion.
This looks like it could be. I mean, this is actually a pretty good card. I think a lot of people, the matchups themselves, but do you think kind of fight of the night possibilities or no?
Yeah, absolutely. We're both tough, we're both durable, and we're both going to hit each other a lot, so that's got fight of the night written all over it. So,
as far as, you know, the win, the baby, do you know how long you went to? I mean, is that something you kind of feel out as you're going, or do you know, like, nah, I'm not fighting until March, or what's the plan?
yeah, at least like March, April, May. I want to take off 6 months, rest the body. Again, priorities, right? It's my first boy, our first kid. You know, I want to learn how sleeping works with a baby and training and recovery and all that. So it's going to be an adjustment for sure. And, you know, money's not a huge motivating factor for me, so I can wait. It's just about when I feel good and when I feel right. So I just want to do well, and that means fighting on my terms.
Yeah, life is definitely going to change for you, your sleeping schedule especially.
So I hear, yeah.
Well, knowing that there's going to be some time off, knowing how much you like to fight, I guess last thing for me is, what do you want to do here? I mean, do you want this to be like an epic war that people remember for 6 months, or would you rather go throw one punch and go home and take the check? I mean, what do you want to accomplish here?
Both are good options as long as I get my hand raised. That's all that matters. I'm going to hit him. He's going to, you know, try to hit me. We'll see what happens.
Did you see his comedy special, and what did you think of his skills?
I did not. I saw that he was doing one with like, it was like him, Frankie Edgar, and a couple other people. But no, I didn't actually look at.
It was actually pretty entertaining. But
Oh, that's good. So he's got another career after this one.
With that being said, you said
Boom, hey.
boom,
yeah.
there it is. Get MMA
know.
roasted on the line. There it is.
Yeah, boom, roasted.
You, you talked about his chin. You thought his chin was starting to go, but I mean, when you break him down, where are there still areas where you do still have to kind of watch for his skill set? Is his striking still dangerous? What other?
Of course, he mixes it up well. I think that's his best attribute. Is, you know, he trains with Ricardo Ramos, who beat me, and kind of got in the lull of a kickboxing match, and then all of a sudden I'm getting taken down and giving up easy takedowns. So I just got to be sharp everywhere and be ready to mix it up with him. But I like my chances wherever it goes.
And, you know, there's some that might look at the MMA math and look at past competitors, and somebody says, well, he lost to this guy and he beat this guy. Is it as simple as that? If somebody looks and says, well, this guy obviously beat guys that he couldn't, he's going to beat?
No, of course. I've been in a trifecta like that, if you will, where I lost to Jared Gordon. I beat a guy who beat Jared Gordon, Jeff Lentz, who's on the Ultimate Fighter, and Lentz beat him. So it's whoever shows up that night and can perform. And honestly, if me and Philly fought 10 times, who knows? Like, I might win 6, 7. Like, you don't know until it happens, right?
And I guess last thing, I guess it kind of plays off that, you know, you said whoever shows up that night. When it comes to Saturday night, what do you need to do to make sure that you get your arms raised in victory that night?
Listen, I think they should change my name to Supply Chain, because I'm a motherfucking problem, all right? I'm just going to do what I need to do to get that W. And however he gives it to me, I'll take it.
You can maybe let a little of the jersey show, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I mean, 2-0, 2 bonuses. I mean, is there any party that's like kind of waiting to wake up from a dream or something that all this is happening to you?
Shit, I hope this dream continues, man. Like, I don't want to end yet.
We know it took you a long time to get here, right? But I do wonder, I mean, does the experience that you gained along the way, do you think that's been beneficial to your quick start in the UFC?
Yeah. Yeah, with like the long road, it don't feel like a quick start. It feels like it took a long time to get here. You know, like the overnight success shit, it happened, whatever. It took years for that. That's kind of how it feels. Like.
Still, though, right? It's crazy. Like, I mean, it was a year ago you were on the Contenders, right? Now from Contenders to co-main in the course of 12 months. I mean, that's a pretty wild ride, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying it.
Right.
I'm enjoying it.
Matchup here, Gregory Rodriguez, another very dangerous guy, it would seem. I guess, what did you think when this was the matchup they gave to you?
I kind of figured it would happen eventually. We're both off the Contender Series. He won a few fights. I'm winning a few fights, so I figured it was going to happen eventually. Yeah. But I like the matchup. I like it a lot. It's a big test for me. He's a real good jiu-jitsu guy, all that shit. So it's like everything that I was bad at before. So it's a new test for me to show how hard I've been working.
I like that you say bad at before, right? So you admit like maybe there were some shortcomings, but you think anybody that still evaluates you that way is making a big mistake?
Yeah. I guess I haven't really been able to show enough to where they wouldn't look at it that way. But hey, don't play with me, man. Like I got some.
We were kind of talking about this fight, and it would seem that Gregory would probably want to turn to that grinding, but he's also shown a propensity to kind of want to stand and bang sometimes, right? But do you think he'd be willing to do that against you, or do you think he's going to realize that's a mistake?
I mean, most people say they're gonna stand and bang, but you know how that turns out. But I don't know. Most jiu-jitsu guys tend to do that, right? Like they get a couple of knockouts, and now they just want to just punch everybody in the face. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. It'll be I guess a better night for me if he does decide to stand. But we'll see.
Nice. Well, I know it's a big opportunity for you, and I guess last thing for me, I mean, you keep this streak going. Do you want to keep staying busy? Like you said, keep this dream going, keep it rolling, or do you like? Would you like a little time off? Maybe enjoy the holidays or something, or is it just like let's just keep booking me as fast as possible?
Yeah, I mean, I like the longer training camps, but I honestly don't give a shit about holidays. So I'm down to fight whenever.
Hey, Chitty.
What up?
I think people forgot that you almost submitted Dusko in your last fight. So, I mean, are you kind of welcoming Gregory to come down and grapple if need be?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not stupid. Like I understand what he's good at, so I'm not gonna be on the ground talking about coming my guard and shit, you know. But if it goes there, I'm not gonna panic, you know. Like I'm comfortable on the ground and I understand where I'm at now, so I don't mind fighting wherever.
I mean, yeah, a year ago you were on the Contender Series. Did you even think that like a year later you'd be in the co-main event, or was that just kind of all part of the plan?
Right. Right. I sabotaged Gigi and made him pull out. Yeah. Nah. It's crazy. I mean, I'm thankful for it. You know, I've been in main events and co-main events back when I was in the other shows, so the difference is that this is UFC, you know, it's a big difference, but it's like, I'm here, I'm ready for it, I'm welcoming all this shit.
I mean, how many more wins you got to get in front of a crowd? I mean, are you hoping this is going to be your last Apex show, or or do you feel comfortable here?
I'm comfortable here. I live right down the street from here. I live maybe 5 minutes away from here, so I can just roll out of bed and come up to the Apex. It's not a problem, but I do enjoy the crowd and having my people there cheering for me and stuff. So.
And finally, for me, I just wanted your thoughts on Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. They're going down UFC 281. I just wanted your thoughts on that fight.
I'm tuning in. Besides the fact that it will be dope to fight both of them, I'm a fan of the sport, so I'm excited to see how this third fight turns out.
Do you think Israel gets his revenge, or do you think?
I don't know. I'm hoping Israel goes out for a double leg or something, right? That'll be cold as hell, but we'll see.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome back, man. It's been a while. I imagine, you know, after that crazy schedule you had, you probably need a little bit of time off. But I just wonder, the time away, was it, you know, good time away, or was it almost like frustrating time away where you're ready to get back in here?
No, it was great time away. It was definitely needed. I just wanted to develop some of the skills I needed to develop that I feel like I really need in order to be champ. Lost a couple close ones recently, so got kind of sick of that. So wanted to fix that, and then yeah, it was a good time away, man. I feel like I really needed it in order for me to like become an actual champion.
How tough was it for you to kind of process those last two results, right? Because they were amazing fights. They were difficult circumstances. They were against the best guys in the world, right? Like, and you know you're right there with them, but as you said, you came up just short. So I guess, like, how tough was it to kind of process all that?
Yeah, the pain of losing is the pain of losing regardless of who it's against or you know, the performance or whatever. So the TJ one was just like a little bit especially painful because I like really didn't want to lose that one against TJ for one, and then two, I just didn't really want to lose like that close. You know, like no one wants to lose that close. If you get beat, you want to get beat. But and then yeah, the Jan one, I thought, you know, I fought as hard as I could and I fought as well as I could, you know, on the amount of notice that I got, and you know, I was happy with the way that I did that one. But yeah, tough losses. They definitely both hurt just as much as my amateur losses. You know, like I said, they all hurt. But they were needed, so it is what it is.
You come back, you're in a headliner, right? I mean, I guess does that maybe give you some confidence, some comfort knowing that the UFC still sees you as a headliner?
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about where I would be just because, once you take some time off, people really, they start to forget, and I didn't want to sit on the shelf for too long, so I'm excited that I get to come back for a main event. That's really awesome. I think Song is a very good opponent. He's beaten some really good guys, so I'm excited about that. He's dangerous, which makes him easier to fight, It's always better to be, mentally sharp than it is to think that the guy that you're fighting isn't dangerous. So he brings that to the table. So, yeah, I'm excited about it, and I'm grateful that I get to main event again.
He's such a young guy, you know what I mean? And he doesn't have necessarily the name recognition, I think, yet that maybe some of the other guys you fought have. That said, I mean, are you excited about this challenge, or was it kind of like, man, I got to fight the kid? Like, I don't know. What'd you think about it?
No, I don't really value anything other than people's skill sets in the sport, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not a spectacle guy. I'm not like a drama guy. Those things I just don't really like. That's not what martial arts is to me. It's okay that other people do that thing. I think that there needs to be a balance, and I think that I'm a little bit of that balance to the sport, or guys like me, So I'm not into the spectacle piece. I think Song's a good fighter. That's why I'm fighting him. I have, maybe 5-6 more years left in the sport, or however many I have, and I don't want to spend those fighting guys that are going to be wins, like easy. I want to fight the best guys, so I'm okay with this.
This division is so deep, right? I mean, there's so many good fights lined up right now. Are you thinking at all about like what stakes this has? Like, where does this put me? Where does it leave me? What does it mean? Are you thinking about that at all?
No, I'm more concerned with just getting a win and getting back in this conversation. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to develop and show the skills that I have developed, and to get back in the winning column and to starting this other title run that I'm going to get on.
Last thing for me, knowing the way you look at martial arts, and I mean, what's most important? Like, could you go out there and be like, yep, I did everything way better, and I really improved, and I came up short? Like, is that okay? Like, if I evolved, or is this very much results oriented? Like, no, I got to walk away with a win.
No, I'm, the pain of the loss is always the exact same, but it is like an easier pill to swallow when you know that you did your best, and I feel like. Yeah, that's a lot easier of a pill to swallow, but the sleepless nights are still the amount of, you still lose just as much sleep.
Hey, Corey. Like John said, like the bantamweight division's on fire right now. I just want your thoughts on a couple of fights that are coming up. Obviously you fought Dillashaw and Aljamain Sterling. I just want to know your thoughts on that fight.
Yeah, I got Aljamain in that one. One reason is because I counted him out so big against Jan, so I won't do that again. And then another one I think is just because I think what Aljamain does, he does, really world class, like best in the world at doing it, which is getting his hands on you, taking your back, and then, winning that way. And I think that in order to not have that be the case, you have to have a lot of stopping power, and you have to, like that's not an easy style to beat by any means, and I just don't think that TJ has the amount of stopping power in his punches and his attacks in order to stop Aljamain from running over there, grabbing him, and taking his back. I might be wrong. I'm typically wrong about predicting fights because I don't watch a lot of guys, but with this one, that's how I see it going.
Were you surprised that Sean O'Malley got the Peter Yan fight?
Yeah, super surprised. We'll see how it goes for him, I guess. It's 3 rounds, so that's a little bit more of an advantage for O'Malley, but I think Jan's not a stupid guy, and I think that he's definitely learned from his mistakes in the past, which have been not being aggressive enough in the first round, so I don't think he's going to make that same mistake. I think Sean's last showing against Munoz wasn't good. Nothing really happened in the first round. And then he poked the guy in the eye in the second one, So whatever narrative has been around that fight, like that's how that fight went, which should you fight the number 1 guy after a performance like that? In my opinion, no, but what do I know?
I mean, do you think if Sean O'Malley pulls off the win, he gets the next title shot?
He probably will. Jan's a good fighter. Jan almost beat Sterling in his last one. He was kind of beating him in the one before that. So if he wins, then, Sure, I guess. I don't really have an opinion about it, and I don't want to say yes because maybe if I win this weekend, then I can maybe jump in that spot if it's impressive enough. But yeah, I think beating Jan might get you a title shot. Yeah.
And two other ones, man. Cheeto Vera, his rise has been something to watch. He's knocked out Dominic Cruz. Did you see that fight?
I don't really watch the fights, to be honest. No, I spend my Saturday nights doing like other stuff. I'm at the gym like hours and hours and hours a day. So unless it's someone that I really, really care to learn from, I've always only watched sports to learn from them, which is why I don't watch anything else other than MMA. But no, I didn't really care to learn too much from that fight, so I didn't really watch it.
Understandable. Thank you.
Corey, thanks for taking the time out. And sorry for your losses, by the way. A lot of fighters are, have to be strategic or maybe protect that ranking. You've always been a fighter's fighter. Was there any hesitance to take a guy who's not inside that top 5 and risk that, your position?
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, like I said, like the rankings are, I feel like, just for people to understand the guys that are fighting better, because there are a lot of fighters in the UFC, and when they have a certain number next to them, it gives them a level of importance that may or may not be qualified for. But I think Song is definitely like a top 10 guy, and I think that he's a very good fighter. I think, like I said, he's beaten some really good guys before, and that's why I'm willing to fight him, is because I do think that he's good, and I do think that he does bring a danger that is easy for me to wake up for and get up for in the morning. So, yeah.
Excellent, man. It should be fireworks. Thank you for taking that fight. You have the obvious edge, but does that give you a little chip on your shoulder saying, like, okay, he hasn't been on the poster before. I know 25 minutes. I for sure got a couple tricks up my sleeve because you have that main event knowledge.
Yeah, I definitely know what it's like to, it wasn't long ago when I had my first 5-round fight or first like really tough opponent or all of the feelings that I feel like he's probably feeling. I know what it's like to have those feelings. And I know that there's just a lot of unanswered questions, and mystery is not the most fun thing in a really stressful situation. And I imagine that it's a stressful situation for him just because he's going into a lot of unknowns. And I definitely think that I have that as an advantage amongst some other things. But I definitely am still not going to sleep on him. But I definitely think I'm going into this fight with a handful of advantages.
Yeah, no doubt. And last for me, if you could elaborate on it, that was my next question. What are the other advantages who you have going into this main event on Saturday?
I think that my game is a lot more put together than Song's. I think Song does like a really good job of hitting the on switch, hitting the off switch, and I think that I do a really good job of chaining a lot of things together and being a very fluid guy. I don't operate off of principles that are move-based. I operate off of principles that are like laws in fighting. Like how to keep yourself safe, when to attack, when not to attack, and all of that. And I don't think Song has the same understanding of those things as I do. So, yeah.
Excellent. Student of the game. Thank you, sir, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
I want to ask one follow-up. Given how scientifically you look at the sport, the fact that you can study and put everything in, and at the end of the day, it's still a fist fight and anything can happen. Is that your favorite part of the sport or least favorite part of the sport?
It's probably the least favorite part of the sport, because if it was like who was the smartest fighter, I think I'd probably win most of the time. Maybe. But no, I think that it's an interesting part. It's what I think makes the sport so fun to watch. And but yeah, maybe not my favorite. Yeah. Maybe not my favorite part.
A very impressive victory for you last time out, I guess, given the feel of getting a big win like that.
Man, I'm feeling great. That was a great fight. I think for me it was special. It was my first fight in the UFC with the crown, so I missed it. But yeah, it was a nice experience, nice victory. I'm so happy and so excited for my next fight.
Does that mean you're a little disappointed to be back here at the Apex?
Man, like, I'm not disappointed because I'm still paid the same. So, but yeah, but it's a very, very, like, I think one of the things before we came to the UFC, we saw all the people screaming and everything. So you want to feel that, and I think that's gives you something special. And yeah, but I love to fight. Doesn't matter with people or not. It's gonna be the same. I'm gonna, punch each other and see who is winning. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here too. I'm happy to be back in the Apex.
And a quick turnaround, right? Third fight this year, I believe. I mean, staying busy, is that advantageous for you?
Yeah, so I have my third fight this year, and but I think, but that fight is in September is for one of, I think one of the best reasons in my life is my baby's coming up next month, and then after the fight against Julian, I asked the UFC to give me a fight in September, for be ready when my baby's coming, and they give me that. So thank you UFC, thank you Dana, thank you Mick, and yeah, man, I'm happy, bro. That's I think. It's a life change for me in all the points in my family, my professional, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful, man. God's great, and yeah. But I know that it's just the beginning.
Well, they certainly didn't give you an easy fight in September. I mean, Chidi, I guess he's new to the UFC, but he's been impressive so far. What do you think of him as an opponent?
Man, I like the fight. I won that fight. That's makes sense for me, and makes sense for him. The point we are right now in the UFC, and I'm always looking up, man. And I'm not picking fights. I'm not choosing my fights, and I'm a fighter, and a fight's a fight. And yeah, I like Chidi. I respect him. He's a tough opponent, tough guy. But I know who I am. I know where I want to go. And he's just going to be one more challenge for me. And I'm a guy, take a challenge, and I do it, like I said. And alive or die, he's going to come with me.
Well, we were saying, on paper, I mean, you two guys are both very explosive fighters. It looks like it's going to be a pretty, firework-filled type fight. Is that the type of matchup that you're expecting?
Yeah, I don't want to hit my face, man. But, yeah, yeah, I respect he had a lot of experience in the MMA, but I know I have all the tools I need to do a great fight and to get a great win against him. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready for everything. I don't want an easy fights. I want an easy life. My life was hard. It's hard to be here. I passed for hard things in all my journey. So I don't want to be the champion of the lose. I want to be the champion of the champions. And I want to get the best, and I will pass through that.
Very well said. Last thing for me is, so obviously the baby's on the way. I guess, what's the plans? I mean, do you want to, are you looking to maybe January in Brazil, or maybe, further than that? Like, how much time do you think you want to take off?
Man, I think that's the first time I didn't plan nothing, because I don't know how it's gonna be, But my baby, her name is Serena, and then she's gonna be quiet. I know that. I ask her all the time, and the ballet, baby, please. Everyone is scaring me. You're not gonna sleep, man. They're gonna be like, you're sleeping right now. You need to take your time. But I think it's gonna be a great experience. But I didn't plan nothing about after that. I think you guys gonna see me just next year. Brazil with I don't know. I want to fight in Brazil, but maybe not this time. Not being January, but yeah, man. I think I will take my time with my wife. I need to help her. I want to be there 100%. That's why I don't take a fight. That's why I need. I want to be a dad. I want to be a husband for her, and then I want to help her in this journey. So that's our dream, Be in the UFC, she dreamed with me, and she with my wife with me, Jessica, for all these through this long time. So now is our dream together, and I need to be there with her at that time.
Hey, Gregory. Tomorrow is actually the anniversary of your loss from the Contender Series. I just wanted to kind of reflect on that, because what were the emotions like? You had built up this big streak. You get to the Contender Series, you lose, and then you have to kind of build yourself back up, and then you're in the UFC a short time later.
Man, always I try to take the best in my experience and my fights and everything happened in my life. And so now if I look back and I lose, I can tell, I can say that it was a lose compared with everything I win, I got, I earned after that, you know. And I'm a guy, I'm forget about the thing, keeping the past, and I look forward, you know. I need to live like that because sometimes the people, they still in the past and they don't live in the present and even the future. So no, I keep the past in the past. I take the best from that. So man, I lose, I need to learn, I learn, and now I'm showing that after the loss for Petrosian in February, I took a fight against Julian in June, and then I show that's not affecting my life, you know. That's not bad affected. It's good affected, because even I win, you know, like I win my last fight, but that's in the past, bro. I don't think I come in here, I'm gonna knock the people out again, and I like to keep thinking like that because and then I can touch, you know, I can put in my hand just someone I can touch, and yeah, I live like that, man. That's make me better.
Thanks for sharing that. And finally, have you thought any more about changing your nickname to Robo Obama?
Come on, bro. I was jumping here on you, man. No, bro, like, man, Obama is a nice president, but I'm handsome, guys. Come on. Why you guys call me Obama, man? He's an old dude, man. I'm young. I'm just 30. And then people say, no, you look at 50s. Come on, bro. But I'm happy, man. I'm married already. My wife is beautiful, and but no, man, I still RoboCop. But I don't mind about Obama. He was a nice president, so I don't care about it. I keep it thinking. I keep it kidding with the people, and you guys, man. But don't call me that in front of me. I'm kidding.
Thank you.
So looking at next year, you know, you want to spend time with the young baby and help out the wife. Does that mean maybe just one fight next year, or are you setting limits on how many fights you actually want to pick up next year?
No, I just first of all, I want to know how it's gonna be. You know, with the baby is the first one. I bring my mom to try to help her. I don't know, but no, man. I want to be active. I want to fight. You know, like I did 4 fights last year, my 3rd this year, and I think I'm at a point right now. I need to fight. I need to fight. And then I think I'm not in the point I will, you know, choose my fights and no, not get a strategy fights. No, I want to fight, but that's a new for me. I think is a new chapter is gonna start it after her, and I want to, you know, put everything on point. I don't want to make mistakes because so now it's not just me and my wife. No. It's my wife and I and one more person. It's our daughter right now, and I wanna give the best for them. So I need to think, oh no. So now I go back training. But my wife is amazing. She's I'm here because her. Always I talk with her and say, baby, I thank God for you in my life. You know, I'm a better person because you are in my life, and I love her, and I know she's gonna be a great mom, and she's gonna let daddy training. And keep provide my home. So, but right now, my head is live my life and enjoy my baby, enjoy my win this Saturday because I will prophesy right now I will win that fight, and then think about next year.
Well, if she listens to this interview, I think you'll get extra bonus points for everything that you said for her so far. You know, we've seen a lot of we've seen a lot of people that their lives changed after they became parents. It gave them an extra sort of strength in the octagon. How do you envision having a daughter and having somebody else to take care of, how that's going to change the way that you fight and maybe the intensity that you fight, the intensity that you train? How do you find that that's going to change you?
Oh, man, it started right now. It started changing right now. And like, I think that, like, in a married, when you get married, I don't know if you have kids, but you had a point, you need something extra for you guys go to the other level in all the ways. So my marriage now is going to be better because we're going to, I love my wife, so now we need to put our love in another level because we need to love another person. And in my career, I think, so now I provide from my home, just from my wife and I. So one more person. So I need to do more. But man, I don't like to think inside the octagon. No, I fight for this. I fight for that. No. I fight for myself, bro. I fight because I need to fight. That's my job. It's like you coming here, you do that. Of course, you think, man, so now you provide our home. That's your job. But you here, you do your best. But you need to be here 100%. So like I need to be inside the octagon 100%. Right after that, I know, I will enjoy it. So, and then so now I did my job, and then my wife, my baby, they're gonna enjoy with me. But man, like, I think that's give me a more strength because there, so it's no more two person. So now it's a three, and I think it like more babies. My wife don't want, but I asked her, maybe let's go 3 or 4, but I don't know. And yeah, man, but I'm happy, bro. Like I think the happiness is a great. I'm grateful. I'm grateful God because He give me the things I don't deserve. I don't deserve that, man. But I look at that and say, man, God's great, bro. God's great. I live my dream right now. My wife can get a baby. We tried for so many years, but it's coming the perfect time. I think, man, God knows the time, because if we before when we started trying, every month is like sadness. We like, no, we're never gonna get a baby. And then like this year, before my birthday in February, she come with the, like I'll be a dad and say, man, and I looking up and say, God, man, how you do that with me? Why? And but I know I share that because it's not just for me. It's for everybody. It's for anyone, because all of us is a son. And yeah, man, I'm happy. I'm grateful. I say thank God one more time for my life right now. And I know it's just started.
That's awesome. Very, very happy for you. It's hard not to feel the infection of how happy you are. Last question, just thinking about this particular fight. You have a great striker across from you, has great Muay Thai. Your striking as of late has looked great. Is there a point of you that you would find extra satisfaction if you were able to finish him on the feet? Or is this the kind of person that you can't disregard your jiu-jitsu, your ground game? What's the sort of the mindset going into this fight?
My man, I think it's not about striking. It's not about jiu-jitsu. It's about MMA. Because if you think about like, no, of course, I think that I have a better jiu-jitsu than him. Even he's a black belt. But if you look in the UFC, man, you see like the greatest jiu-jitsu fighters. One of my big friend, I'm a fan, Rodolfo Vieira, get a submit. And the great striking get a knockout. It's not about like, oh man, I'm a better striking, I'm a Muay Thai guy. No, man, I call myself, I'm a MMA fighter. And I need to, find myself in the transition. Oh man, so now I need to take him down, so now I need to strike. But I have everything I need to submit him, to knock him out, because it's not about a strike, it's about MMA. And but I did my best strategy. I want to say thank you to my teams, Killcliff FC, Henry Hoof, and all the coach there, all my training partners, Daniel Mendes. These guys helped me a lot, and so I'm so confident in what I can do, and I'm ready for everything.
Give us the feel right now, right? I mean, a big moment, cameras following you around. I mean, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a cool experience. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this weekend, and I'm super stoked, man. I'm living in the moment, so trying to shrink the moment, make it big on Saturday, and yeah, I'm kind of used to it. I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, I'm used to it.
I mean, just a couple of months ago, you weren't in the organization. You got Dana now talking about you, and I mean, just I guess how wild is this ride for you?
It's cool, man. Like I said, I was a kid that came from nothing and with no people that believed in me in the beginning, and now I got a whole army of people that understand what I'm trying to do and how much time I've really given and how serious I am. So to be here, it's a great opportunity. The way I got here was a great opportunity. So I'm just ready to rock, man. I'm hype. I say a lot of dumb shit, so I'm excited to be here.
It sounds, you talk about the journey. Like, I guess is it difficult not to get caught up in all this stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's all cool and stuff, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't get in there and win on Saturday, right? So is it hard, like, not to kind of enjoy all this too much and focus on what's really the task at hand?
Absolutely not. See, that's the thing. It does mean something whether I win or I lose, regardless. Especially for me, you know what I mean. This is gonna be my story, whether I win or whether I lose. And I'm a big believer lately in what's meant to be is going to be, and that is something I had to believe in because when I lost. I'm going to say it again. It's not a fucking loss. So when I lost my first Contender Series fight, I had to believe that I was going to get back here, and I did. And I think a lot of people didn't. Besides my close friends and whatnot, I don't really think many people believed I was going to come back from that. I lost sponsorships. I lost myself a little bit, the doubt and, doctors telling me I'm not going to throw the same with this arm and, it sucked, man. But you know what? It shaped me. It gave me more character. It gave me a better story to come back and look at what I came back and did. And I don't even think I did anything that special. I thought that was a flat performance because I was scared out of my fucking mind because I had no idea what was going on in my personal life. So, I had a friendship that was falling apart, a house living situation that was falling apart, drama and all these things that were distracting, man. So for me, I can win or lose, and this is still a win. I'm here. I have a name, and I got to share my story and inspire a couple people, man. The sport isn't forever. I'm going to love every ounce of this shit.
Love it. Well said. Talk about the matchup you have here now, and I mean, how much time you spent breaking him down? What do you think about him as a fighter?
Yeah, I mean, look, I respect the guy. Seeing him, I shook his hand. I don't have any ill will towards the guy, but as an opponent, I think I'm better everywhere. I think I'm a better striker. I think I'm the better wrestler. I think I'm the better jiu-jitsu practitioner. I think he's very sloppy. I think he's very powerful. I think he's explosive, but I think it's only for a certain time. And look, man, on paper, I was supposed to beat this kid, but he's lost 3 times. He's had his chance, and I'm going to be the nail in the coffin, come Saturday. I don't believe I'm going to beat him because I'm just supposed to beat him. I believe I'm going to beat him because I've put an ample amount of time into what I'm doing. And, obviously he's doing something wrong. So, I think he's a good opponent. He's fighting for his job, let's be honest. And, I hate to be that guy, but better him than me. And I'm going to go out there. I'm going to put his head through the floor. So I don't think he makes it outside of 2 rounds, guys.
Last thing for me, what is the goal? I mean, obviously, last time you showed up here, the goal was to get into the UFC. Right now, as you're sitting there, is it, hey, let me just go get my first win and get my feet under me? Or is it like, let's go do something spectacular and tell Dana, have Dana telling everybody to be me again? I mean, what's the plan?
Goals get $50K, dog. I'm broke. I need fucking money. So why do you think I'm turning around fighting so fast? You know what I mean? It's a good matchup. It's a good opponent. He's tough. And I respect him. I'm not overlooking him. You know what I mean? I ain't shit if I don't go out there and beat him. So, I'm going to go out there and whoop his ass. So, and, to knock him the frick out and get paid 50 grand, dog. Let's go. And then I'm going to take a little bit of time because I'm pretty skinny. So I'm tired. I was in camp for so long, man. I look like a toothpick. It's awful.
Hey, Joe. I just wanted to know your thought or how excited you are to share a card with Pat Sabatini.
Pat Sabatini is the nicest, meanest person you'll ever meet, man. I'm super excited, man. He's a veteran. The guy's so accommodating. Like, he's trying to ask me what I want to do for workouts and plan around me. And it's like, dude, come on, man. You're the veteran, 3-4-0 in the UFC. The dude's a sweetheart. He's a tank on the ground, man. And I love being out here and being able to share it with him. So, he's going to do his thing. I'm going to let him do his thing. And I think he's going to come out victorious, man. I think he's going to shock a lot of people with his skills. So, super thankful.
Thank you.
Joe, thanks for taking the time. You mentioned that quick turnaround. How was this camp? Was it kind of healthy to just run right back in here, or would you have wanted more time if given the chance to get your official debut going?
Yeah, no, listen, I don't need no more time. I was in a 14-week camp for the last fight. And the reason I did that is because I was out for almost a year and 7 months, year and 8 months. I had 2 fights in 2 years, one in December, and then there was a 6-month gap in between when I fought Diaz. So I did a 14-week camp because I usually walk at like 215, 216. And you know, I wanted to make sure that I didn't shock my body coming down into a weight cut, and now I'm good. I shrunk. I got my size down. I got some fat off of me, and you know, nothing really changed, man. I flew out to Texas, you know, because of Dana White, and got to see the fights and stuff with Juliana Pena and Amanda, and that was really cool. But yeah, that following week, I just got right back into training. We didn't go crazy. I'm already in shape. I'm already lean, and you know, I'm gonna blow through this weight cut because I'm a professional. And you know, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. This is fun for me. You know what I mean? I've been beat up so bad by life, man, and I don't give a shit who's out here that doesn't believe it. You know, because I've had family members that have discredited me on my struggles. So, and I know they watch. You know, anybody that doesn't believe that I haven't gone through the ringer to be here right now, man, very, very, very foolish people. I've been through some shit. And it's it's stuff that people have commonly gone through their entire lives. And I'm just bringing light to my situation because I have a microphone in my hand. I have a position with the UFC to be able to express myself, my story, my feelings. And even if you guys don't like it, you know what I mean? I'm not a fake face. I'm dumb as shit as it is, just like I am who I am, you know what I mean? I'm a character, but I'm a character that's real. I'm not fake. There's not layers to me. And yeah, man, so this is all fun for me. And I know that wasn't like your question, but I just wanted to say that because it went back to John Morgan's question more or less about like taking this all in. Bro, I was never supposed to be here. Never supposed to be here. I'm here.
Well, that's kind of awesome, though, because a lot of people can relate to you, the underdog story, and even the quotes saying you're going to be the nail in the coffin, you're going to body bags. I mean, that just fires on all cylinders, and it has to, last for me, give you a little pep in your step that for your debut, main card, ESPN Plus, doesn't really get better than that.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, the reason I chose body bags because I used to get made fun of as a kid for having big-ass bags under my eyes. And that was my nickname growing all up, and I fucking hated it. So, you know, then I got a PS4. I was a junior, and it got given to me for free. And I was like, man, what really would go with Joe Pyfer? You know what I mean? So I was like, man, Jersey Joe. I was like, nah, because somebody already did that. And I had a lot of anger problems, man. I had a lot of anger problems growing up. So, you know what I mean? I was raised very dysfunctionally. I had to figure out a lot of feelings on my own. I always had to reach out to get help, you know, which is what you're supposed to do. So if anybody thinks that they're going out, I'm not going to do this whole fucking, like, inspirational shit. Anyway, I got the PS4, and I was like, Joe Body Bags Pyfer. And then a buddy of mine, Matt Young, called me Taekwondo Joe. And I was like, man, that's kind of corny. And then I threw a kid a judo throw in a wrestling match, and they were like, man, you put that kid in a body bag, almost like from the Karate Kid. And I was like, man, Joe Body Bags Pyfer. I already got called Bags. My PSN account is Body Bags with a Z. So I was like, shit. I was like, I want to hurt these motherfuckers in there. So, you know, to address John Morgan's question about what the plan is for Saturday, I have a nickname of Body Bags because, look, I understand I can get knocked the fuck out too, but I'm going to go in there, I'm going to try and put this dude's head through the floor. I don't go in there to play this point game shit. I'd rather be knocked out or submitted than be on a decision. That means I got dominated. That means I got my ass whooped. You know what I mean? Anybody can get caught. I'm going out there to, I don't want to say kill, but I'm going out there to hurt this motherfucker. So I'll give him a couple of extra love taps too. So, you know, I'm fighting for my life here. You know what I mean?
I can think it. Best of luck on Saturday. And
thank you, brother.
There you go. Obviously, this has been kind of a weird stretch of your career, right? I guess. What has this time been like for you?
I'm sorry, can you say again, please?
Yeah, it's been kind of a weird stretch of your career with the no contest and the rescheduling and all that. I guess what's this time been like for you?
It's a little bit crazy for me because I'm supposed to fight here like a couple months ago. I have the no contest show about against Alain Boudot, but it doesn't matter for me. It's a new times now. I go moving forward, and for sure, on Saturday, I will give a big show for everyone, for the company too.
I guess I hadn't seen you since the no contest. What exactly happened there?
So what happened, like I drink Ritalin for a long time, 2014, have a long time. And I always tell UFC, I drink this medicine, but I don't know, I know now, when you from another country, it's like a little really hard, you understand the things, I'm still learning English, for this is the thing. And in my last fight, the USADA got a 5 nanograms, the Ritalin, but I'm not doing nothing wrong because I always drink Ritalin, but now I have they approved the USADA and the commission to drink my medicines. It's something I have to drink, it's not my choice, it's something I need.
Was that frustrating, I guess, knowing that you didn't really do anything wrong, but you had to deal with all that?
Also, it's a really hard, I have a really hard times about this because this is still, make me bad, a mentality. My mentality now is okay, but when this is happened 1 year ago, right? Today it's still hard, find a sponsor. When someone Google your name and put oh, he's a doping, he's a cheating, something like this. I know one of these guys represented my company, right? But I know I don't do nothing wrong. I have a couple guys try help me, do some new posts, for I try got some sponsors. It's still hard, but I don't have nothing to do, I can do something better to everyone forget this.
So then you were supposed to fight earlier this year, and you couldn't fight, right? Was there an injury, or what happened there?
Yeah. I have a couple injuries, but now I'm okay. I'm ready to go now.
Okay. So dealing with all this, are you just how excited are you to actually just fight and put all this stuff behind you and actually get in there?
So I'm really excited, Boz is a tough opponent. I know that. But I know I have the tools to beat him, I have all the tools to beat him. Whatever, I can beat him in the ground, in the striker. And everyone know, and he know I'm a complete fighter, and I know I'm a big problem for him.
Was it important to you to fight him? Because obviously that was scheduled earlier this year. Did it matter? Did you want to put the fight back together, or did it matter?
So doesn't matter for me. I think this is a fight the Mick want, and doesn't matter for me. When UFC send a name for you, you just have to say yes. Not have much to do, but I'm happy for fighting against him,
Does this feel like a big moment for a fresh start? Does this feel like a new beginning for you, I guess, of your career?
I don't think it's a new beginning, I just have to keep my work, I do a lot of things to here, and this is just a new fight, a new guy gonna fight, and let's go do this.
Last thing for me, obviously Tanner, he's been in some brawls. He's a tough Canadian. Are you expecting this to be kind of a slugfest, back and forth type fight?
Oh, I don't know, I know I can fight everywhere, I know I can fight in the ground and in the strike too. It doesn't matter for me. I know one time in the fight I will find one way to beat him, and when I see this way, I will get it for sure.
Hey, Rodrigo.
Hello.
Where did Yogi Bear come from?
Oh, I like your cap. And so Yogi Bear is a nickname for my country, the cartoon. Yeah, but in Portuguese, Yogi Bear means Zé Colmeia. Yeah, here in America, Yogi Bear, right? But I remember 2010, I trained Jiu-Jitsu with a gym in Brazil. The name's Leão Dourado, the gym. And the guy say, hey, we have to find a nickname for Rodrigo. What happened? He don't have a nickname. I say, okay. And the guy starts to say the nicknames, and one the guy say Rodrigo Komodo, the dragon, right? The dragon. Oh, and no, this one is nice. I like this nickname, right? And someone shout, oh, he look like Yogi Bear. I said, no, this one, no, And I this day I chose my nickname, because I say no, and now it's Yogi Bear, but I really like it because when someone say a Yogi Bear or Zé Colmeia, everyone knows me,
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for taking the time to speak to media. You'll be in the Apex. You can hear the corner, everything good. Do you have a preference? Does that seem like, okay, this is perfect, this is my element? Or would you have wanted to maybe wait it out to be in an arena, T-Mobile, Madison Square?
So I always fight here, Apex. This is my house. I fight in Contender Series here too, 2019, my first fight in Contender Series. And this doesn't matter for me. I know I will beat this guy, and I have one more win. But for sure, I really, really, just to say I have a goosebumps, you know. I really wanted the feeling, you know, they see like everyone watching my fight, everyone like a shout, you know, shout my name. This will be fun.
Excellent. And how do you guys see yourself matching up? I know you've already looked at the tape, studied again. Where do you see your strengths when it comes to your opponent on Saturday?
So like he's like a really, really good striker, you know. He's a fast guy. He have a good fakes, you know, good kicks. I know that. Like I know he know me, and like in the end of the day, not having much to do, you know. Like a Saturday, we will see what happens, you know. Not having much.
Excellent. Well, good luck on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
Hey Song, this is Bo from ESPN. This is the first time main event participation, and also this is the first time a Chinese fighter a Chinese male fighter fight for a main event. You know, how special is this moment for you?
这场比赛对我来说非常的重要，而且我也非常的兴奋对这场比赛，而且是5回合的比赛，对我来说可以得到很多的锻炼。如果赢得这场比赛的话，我就会离冠军更近。
I feel very excited, and it's very important fight for me. It's 5-round fight, so I think I can get a lot experience from this 5-round fight, and also if I won this fight, it means I'm one step closer to the champion.
You have fight a lot of great fighters, and you know, seems like Corey is one of the toughest opponent you ever faced too. So I mean, what's your game plan? Are you trying to finish him in the first round, in the early round?
是的，科瑞是我现在目前职业生涯遇见最强大的一个对手。然后这场比赛我也没有特殊的战术，我只是上去想着怎么 KO 他，就这样。
Yes, of course. Corey is my toughest, is the toughest opponent for me so far. I don't have any special plan. I just looking for knock him out as soon as I'm inside the octagon.
You know, you have been trained with your Faber and Marcus for a long time, and you told me before they already become your family members. So, you know, how important are these peoples and are these coaches, you know, for you in your career life?
因为我来到美国的话，就在 Team Alpha Male 训练，如果没有他们的话，可能也没有今天的成就，所以非常感谢他们。对。
I'm really appreciate what everyone from Team Alpha Male did for me. I was in Team Alpha Male since day one. I'm in American, so without them, I don't think I can have this achievement today. So I can say it's no Team Alpha Male, no me today.
And a couple weeks ago, you posted a social media. You said you are looking for a new nickname. Do you get one yet?
Yeah, I got one.
What's
it's Kung Fu Kid. It's Kung Fu Kid.
Okay, Kung Fu King.
Because Kung Fu Monkey is 5 years ago. You know, now I'm mature. You know, more mature.
So now the new nickname is Kung Fu Kid.
All right, thank you.
I guess in the main event comes added media obligations, more cameras, more attention. I mean, have you found that exciting or nervous or difficult?
No, I feel very excited for this fight. It's amazing. Yeah, I never had.
The preparation for a 5-round fight, how much change goes into the way that you've prepared before?
I did a lot of condition train and more specific train. So nothing too much change, just details, okay? And increase the power and the speed.
Corey, of course, a dangerous opponent, but he's coming off a couple losses to the very best in the division. But I'm just curious, like, where do you see him? Do you see him as one of the best in the division?
Yeah, he lost 2 fights in a row, but I still danger. He lost just the top fighters, and yeah, it's still good. Yeah.
It's amazing to see where you are, and you're still so young. I mean, I know you've been fighting a long time, but do you ever stop and think this is crazy, how young I still am, or is this what you expect it to be?
Yes, yeah, I'm still young. I think this just beginning, you know, and yeah, I will go hard, just beginning, yeah.
there's so many big fights right now at 135. Do you know what's at stake? Like, do you see this as maybe a #1 contender fight? I mean, maybe a title could be next?
I think if I finish Curry, I think I got the title fight. But if not, I can one more, just one more. Yeah, I think I got title.
Knowing that, do you go in with the mindset like, I need to finish him so that I only need one fight, or is that a dangerous way to think?
Yeah, it's dangerous way to think. I think just be myself and do what I got to do. Yeah, that's it.
Last thing for me, on paper, this looks like a very exciting fight. You two guys are very exciting fighters. Is that your prediction? Do you see a very exciting fight?
Very excited right now.
It's been a while, man. I guess how good does it feel to be back after more than a year away?
It feels good, man. It's it's been more than a year, which is the longest I've ever had in between fights in my entire career. So I'm excited to get back and get paid.
Yeah, so, listen, a lot of time off, some weird things, and he had to pull out with the injury, which is not something you're used to doing either. I guess how difficult of a decision was that to get people to convince you it was the right move?
Well, the thing is the decision was made for me in that I couldn't fight. It wasn't a matter of choice. It was impossible. I didn't want to drop out. If I could have fought, even with an injury, I've done it before, like most fighters have, but I simply could not. So I had to drop out, and it sucks, because yes, that's the first time I've ever dropped out of a fight at all.
It's crazy. Recovery process, I mean, did you have to have surgery or anything like that, or was it just rest, rehab?
Yeah, a lot of rehab and a lot of rest. I didn't need surgery, so I'm good now. I'm ready to go, so hopefully things go well for me this time, and I can get back in there before the end of the year, I hope.
Nice. Paired up with Nascimento again. Did that matter at all to you? Was there anything about the matchup you like?
I mean, he's tough all the way around. He's good at everything. I think it's a good matchup for me, but it's certainly not an easy matchup or anything like that. But it's a good matchup. I don't care who the opponent was, though. I had also before this, I had accepted Walt Harris briefly, but he couldn't fight till October. So then they just said, okay, well, Nascimento again. So that is what it is. I always just say yes to the opponent. So, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. He had a USADA issue. We talked to him earlier. He said it was kind of more of a technical thing. But when guys had it, does that red flag you at all?
When I heard it, I thought it was steroids, but then I heard it's like Adderall, or it's a focus thing, Ritalin.
Yeah, Ritalin.
Yeah, so that's what it is. What it is. That's not really a performance enhancer at all. So that's fine. If that's what it is, it's what it is, man. And even if it was steroids, which he says it's not, I'm not going to jump on him for it. Pessoa was on steroids, and I beat him anyways. So I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah. Is there anything that he does specifically? He came in here and said, "Look, I think I'm better everywhere. I'm well-rounded." Is there anything he does in particular that you go, that's one area we want to stay away from?
Yeah, no, for sure he said that. That's his job to say that. He's really good at jiu-jitsu. He's got a lot of submission wins, and I've only got 2, and it's been a long, long time since those. I haven't, submitted anybody in a long time. Whereas that's more his wheelhouse. He's good on the ground on top, so he's going to be heavier than me. And if he gets on top, he's got good subs, and he does have good ground and pound. So that's for sure an area where I think he's going to look to take the fight, and an area where obviously I'd be smart to avoid. But every heavyweight doesn't want to be on the bottom. So
it looks like you've stayed as busy with training as you possibly can. So I'm just curious, is timing a concern after this time away, early on, or do you feel like, nah, I'll have it going in?
Timing's perfect. I'm ready to go now.
Nice. Last thing for me, I guess, as you said, maybe into year. So is it important to try to get out of here unscathed so you can get in and get another paycheck?
You can't think like that. You got to go in there thinking that you're going to die. Best case scenario, I get out of there unscathed with a win, but I'd rather get out of there with a win, bloody and broken and not able to fight for a long time, than get out of there with a loss where I'm not hurt. So, no, the most important thing is to win by any means necessary.
Tanner.
Hi.
You said when you were booked before that you're going in there to knock this dude out, because if not, the judges are going to screw you. Is that your same mindset?
It has to be. The judges here screwed me once big time, and I had another really close one that didn't go my way. So I certainly can't find any reason to have have faith that I'm going to get the benefit of the doubt should the fight not be an absolute blowout. So yeah, I think I got to finish the fight.